I'd like to give you a little update on the Harbor Freight trencher. Kind of keep it up to date. I get about 17, 18 hours on the machine now. And I've made some modifications that just made it a little bit more helpful being able to use it. First of all, I took the wheels off because I wasn't using them very much, because I found out most of the time that I was on the grass instead of being on a hard surface that was somewhat level in order to move it around. But I made up these posts, and what's nice about them is that you can pull out the hitch pin here, and you can take and raise the machine up, take and put the posts on top, and then put the pin back in, and they'll store upright here so that they're out of the way, but they're close to the machine when you need it. And then the other thing is that when you have those up like this, you can take and adjust your arm in order to, or your foot, in order to get the right level. So it just makes it a lot easier. And then you don't dig up the turf with the bottom of the pad as you're moving it. So that was one of the purposes that I did it. And it works real nice, and it just kind of, I don't know if you could see that, but it just kind of sits in between the two, and it works rather simply. Okay, the other thing that we did is we remoted the key. We took it out of this area here, and then remoted it to right here. Okay, and it works quite easily. And I just give you a little demo. Just turn it on, hit the starter, and she's ready to rock and roll. Okay, I have 18 hours on it. You can see the hour meter that I put on it. I don't know if you can read the hour meter. It's kind of hard to for me to see it here. But it's an hour meter and tachometer. It runs at the slow idle position is right around about 1800, 1900 RPMs, and I just leave the machine running at that level, and it works very nicely. Some of the other things that I've changed on there, of course, I put the throttle down here, and then just ran it back here. Again, this is the 420 cc engine, or the 13 horsepower, and works very, very nice. No problems. Remoted the battery, put the battery on it. So that's pretty much it on the updates. I've changed it a couple times, again just making it a little bit more convenient for me to work with it. That's a 13-inch bucket, just to give you an idea of what's available. I have the 13 that comes with it. This is the DR bucket that I converted. This is the 16-inch. It's not quite as deep, doesn't have as much volume as the 13, but it gives you the extra 3-inch width, and it's real nice for cleaning out larger areas and leveling them down if you want to level something a little bit. The teeth are a little smaller, okay, but pretty effective. And then there's the 9-inch. That too's been converted, as I said before. Oh yeah, here's the gusset that I talked about in one of my other videos on converting it. You have to take and weld it back onto the bushing, and then this has all been welded back onto it. All works rather well. It's the same with that one. And then that's the tooth. And I just recently were able to use all, well, most of the buckets. I used the on a stump removal of a tree that was in my yard for about 30 years. I used the tooth, the 13-inch to get around it and break some of the stuff loose, and then I went in with the 9-inch in order to undermine the tree stump so that I could pull it out. But that's kind of it. Not any problems with it whatsoever with the hydraulics or anything else. The machine just keeps running. Very happy with it. My neighbors have found many projects for me to help them with. So it's been very convenient. It sure beats a shovel. So I would highly recommend it. And I think that it's a good piece of equipment. You got to keep it well greased. And I use a pin greaser, and it works really simple. You just take the pin and let's see if I got that right. Okay, and you just push in on the little ball, and it's got a rubber kind of a gasket on it, and it seals it as the grease goes in. So as you can see, the machine is well greased, and I have really done nothing except change the oil. It's ready for oil change. I'm going to do it about every 20 hours. But nothing loosened up on the machine. Everything's been fine. I changed these. These are kind of a tapered pin. As you can see, they don't seat all the way down, but they keep the axle tighter for towing. That's another tip I'd like to pass on. So it's a good machine. Everything has worked fine. I've spent a lot of time on it. Works good. It just does the job. Pretty simple. And if anything else changes, I'll update for another video. See you later.